Hey everyone, Magic Mascot 40k here with a 4v4, some Dawn of War Soulstorm action, playing some Chaos. This happened yesterday, around, I think this was like midnight. But yeah, I got my Death Guard colors. I really like the Dark Tide game. So I picked Death Guard. Really fun. So this replay is gonna be weird. So this is one. So basically, what happens is we lose the middle. We couldn't get the middle. The side is funky. So there's like a 10-minute fight here. It's a really good fight, but there's like a 10-minute fight here. And for me, I try to capture the middle, which I do, but I lose it soon after, and then I panic. And then I try to make a smart decision while panicking, and I couldn't. I tried to be smart during this, but I just couldn't. So, yeah, it's a pretty fun replay. Eve of Chaos. This was the first faction I spent a lot of time with, so I'm pretty good at Chaos. I just don't. I don't know how the units work. I know like the upgrades. I know the build orders. I know all that. I just don't really know how Chaos like actually works. Like, I don't know the numbers, I don't know, like, what the upgrades do, but I know the build orders. So yeah, some Chaos gameplay, 4v4. I really like this map. This is becoming one of my favorite maps. It's pretty fair, I think. So yeah. Alright, now for the other players. I think for this video I'll be spending most of my time on this 10-minute fight. If you guys are interested in that. It's pretty good, I think. So now I'll talk about the other players. This guy has a bunch of numbers. I think I played with him a few times. There's a couple people whose name is just numbers, and they always pick Imperial Guard. So I think I played with this guy before. This guy actually does really well. But yeah, just a bunch of random numbers. Really good gameplay from this guy. And then you have Pass. I think I made a video of him trash talking someone. And Pass didn't actually trash talk anyone during this, which shocked me. And Pass actually got the highest score out of anyone. Which is weird, because Necrons are usually... I would say Necrons are terrible on this map. There's no, like, slag. It's really hard to go from this side of the map to this side of the map as Necrons. It takes, like, 2 minutes to walk over there. This isn't... I would say this isn't really a Necron map. So... really impressive getting the highest score. And then we have Space Marines. I played with this guy a few times. Umbrella. This guy sometimes hosts. This guy was just confused the whole time. He just did kind of random stuff. But he kept going. He kept going. Huge respect to him. I think he's doing white scars. White scars are pretty cool. I thought about making a white scar army, but the color white is just so hard to deal with. It just does not stick to my figures. But I wouldn't mind a white scar army. I think they're cool. And then on the other side, we have Magnus, which I think was the host. This guy was just all over the place. I don't know if he had a plan or not. He is using my colors. These are exactly the colors I use. I think he got random. I'll have to double check, but I think he picked random and got sisters. I don't remember. I know this was yesterday, but I don't remember exactly who was random and who wasn't. I don't really remember that part. Overlord Carmen. Not really. It's Carmen with an N in front of it. And Carmen with an N. So it sounds kind of maybe Italian or something. I played with this guy a bunch of times. I think he only plays Dark Eldar. He's like a Dark Eldar main, which there's maybe 3 in the world. So this is like one of 3 Dark Eldar mains out there. This guy did pretty well. I think he's the one who captured the middle. So pretty good player. Overlord in common. And then we have over here Neko with ultramarine colors, good guy colors. Maybe that's to trick people. Chaos steals armor all the time. They steal armor and weapons. So Chaos running around with good guy armor. Honestly, that could happen. Neko goes full vehicles. He goes full tryhard. Neko like super tryhards. And for some reason he attacked me. There's 4 players to pick from, and he picked me for some reason. Maybe I was the weakest link. I'm not even sure. But yeah, he just attacks me and I get all sad. And Chaos, I don't really have anti-vehicle. Like just the horrors, and that's it. That's my only anti-vehicle. So I don't really have an answer for vehicle spam. And then we have in this corner BigMamuty. BigMamuty only plays Orks, and I actually played with this guy I think a year ago. So this guy has been doing only Orks for years. And I think he was actually in a tournament. I want to say he got top 8 in a tournament. And he just picked Orks every time. He was in a tournament where everybody was Eldar and tryharding. And he did really, really well. So this is an Ork player who can actually beat the best Eldar players out there. So I would say this is actually one of the best players out there. And guess who spawned next to him? That's right. This guy who can beat the best Eldar players. Guess who he spawned next to? He spawned next to me. And I have no idea how to beat Eldar. I never did. I never once beat Eldar. Could not figure that one out. So yeah. This guy can beat Eldar like any day. Versus the guy who has no real clue what he's doing. But he makes cool videos. And he's fun to hang out with. So, you know. In this video, there's not a whole lot of talking. Like, there's not a whole lot of chatting. So, pretty much all of this was, like, improvised. And whatever happened, happened. Like, we didn't really have a plan. So, this 4v4, like, no one had a plan and just did whatever. And, yeah. I think that's going to be it for the video. Or the intro. I'll go ahead and start the gameplay. Chaos has a very fast start, but slows down after that. So you're going to see a lot of fast stuff here in a little bit. This guard guy does crazy stuff. I'll probably focus on him. And the sister player does pretty well. When I watched this replay, this guy had 1,000 resources in the bank and just didn't spend it. And this guy was the host. Yeah, I don't know. With sisters, it's very easy. to fill up your population, and you can't buy anything. But then you have to buy the population upgrades. I'm not sure why he had 1,000 float. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, so there you go. And I think this guy also might have had 1,000 float because he had no idea what he's doing. So I would say Umbrella and Magnus are actually evenly matched. They both had no clue what was going on. So I would say these two are evenly matched. Alright, I think that's it for the intro. I'm going to start the gameplay. I think this is a pretty funny one. There's a really interesting ending if you stick around. So I'll show you the ending. Alright, that's it for the intro. Let's go ahead and start it. So Chaos is a very fast start. The Orc player goes full Shooter Boys. And Shooter Boys are much cheaper than Heavy Bolter. So it was really hard to deal with that.
We are chaos. Chaos.
Orcs can spam out Shooter Boys. I can't really spam out Heavy Bolter. Okay, I capture the middle first. I saw that the other team, Sisters, Orks. I knew these are all like rush. I was going up against hold on. The game characters keep talking. So when I looked at the other team, I knew they were rush factions, and the only real way to deal with a rush is just the rush first, or make a turret. The turret stops the rush. So I was already panicking at 40 seconds because I knew I was going to get rushed. So my plan was to rush first, basically. And Chaos can rush. I think they're pretty good at it. They're pretty decent at rushing. So that was basically the plan there. And it was fun to play Chaos again. I haven't played Chaos in a while. Forward turret. Neko like fully tryhards. He tryhards so much. And I think this replay is a good example where even if you play perfectly, you can still lose to 3 idiots. A professional player cannot beat 3 idiots. Alright, Sister's doing a forward turret. This is pretty normal on this map. Missionary going in. Very nice. I think Scouts win against Missionary, but it's a long fight. It's like a 2-minute fight. It takes them like 2 minutes to kill each other. The Sister turret is actually really good, but it's only good against infantry, and that's it. So the Sister turret gets defeated by any vehicle in the game. Neko goes grenade cultist. I think the grenades can actually reach over here. So if Neko wanted to, he can start shooting. Orcs showed up. I thought for sure they would copy me and rush first. Now cultists actually hit harder than Orcs. This is what makes Orcs like impossible. Space Marines hit harder, Chaos hits harder, like everybody hits harder than Orcs. Now what's weird about Orcs is they don't care if they die. So it's a weird fight. I had to keep my cultists alive for detection, but Orcs don't care if they die. So this is a very tricky fight. Yeah, you can see the grenade range. Killing the guardsmen, knocking them down. I don't know if they can kill the command squad. It's very tanky. They should make a infantry command like over here, and it should shoot over here. Archon going in. Archon sucks against buildings. Oh my god. So I'm not sure what the plan there is. He already lost half his health. The Archon is garbage against buildings. Sisters goes no commander, but double turret, which I think is odd. But the Force Commander is miles better than the Canoness. It's not even close. The Force Commander is miles and miles better. So maybe going commanderless is not the worst idea. You should at least get Faith, the missionaries. You need that heal. Space Marines can destroy turrets, no problem. They actually have pretty high building damage. And then you have this. This is not the 10-minute fight, but this is a pretty nice back and forth. I think Magnus and Umbrella does well here. Umbrella does like a Space Marine spam sort of thing. Imperial Guard helps me out. Commander. Looks like he abandons a middle, which I don't blame him. I do Raptors. Raptors, really good at close range. I can kill like all the Orks. I can kill the shooter boys.
We're here to serve, Master.
I can't push Orks because of the buildings. There's just no way I can push Orks right now. So I just go full economy. And you can see the range on these grenades. Nice flayed ones. The flayed ones might actually scare... They might scare the cultists. Very expensive. I would say this is a very expensive Necron push. This is like 100 points or more. Pretty expensive Necron push. And I think Necrons has... This is a lot of generators for tier 1. 4, 5... Yeah, 7 generators for tier 1. That's a lot. And Dark Eldar is kind of running around doing whatever. Giving Space Marine trouble. Here I'm like, I can't push Orcs, so I guess I'll just walk around. Kind of what Dark Eldar's doing. I'm just kind of walking around. Now here I decided to fight, because if I run away, I'm just going to get shot to death. Shot in the back. And I noticed a big shooter right there. Like, I noticed that. So I'm like, okay, Orcs have big shooters. And I decided to go vehicles to counter it. Because big shooters, they're not bad against vehicles, but they're not great. Their vehicle damage is so-so. You can kill... You can absolutely kill a vehicle with big shooters. But it takes a while. Archon, it looks like the Archon's just running around the map, not really doing anything. But Dark Eldar has really high speed. So you can actually get away with just running around in circles. This might be the 10-minute fight. I'm not sure. This is your battle turret, does group damage. So you can actually kill this whole group with Space Marines. There you go, there's a heal. This is actually a nice fight. I don't think the sister turret does anything the flayed ones. So he needs to point it towards the Space Marines. I think the turret does 0 damage to the flayed one. Yeah, okay, there you go. He did churn it. Good job. He churned his weapon. Very nice. Okay, Orcs push me, and there's pretty much nothing I can do to stop it. They have the armory. They have the pile of guns. They have the knobs. I don't have my champions yet. So Orcs completely out-tech me. Here I get some heavy bolters just even things up. Now if my heavy bolters go down, I am screwed. Orcs teleport and there's pretty much nothing I can do. I lost my raptors. I needed those raptors to do anything. So here I just retreat. It's 2 squads against like 3. That's fully maxed out. I don't have my champions either. Okay, I think this is actually the 10-minute fight. This is actually pretty cool. What I don't understand is past solar pulse the Archon. That was weird. The Archon does like no range damage. So you got Dark Eldar, Space Marines, Necrons. Dark Eldar actually counters Space Marine and Necrons. They're a pretty hard counter. Sisters struggles against Necrons pretty hard. Okay, this is the whole vehicle countering Shooter Boys thing. I noticed the Shooter Boys and went level 2. That was my answer to that. See, I got vehicles now. Now I'm not very good with rhinos, I'm gonna be honest with you. They're kinda hard to control. So Big Mac goes in. Big Mac has been alive for like 10 minutes. Okay, Guard helps me out. Guard has a way stronger army than me. I'm kinda jealous. Here I try to kill orcs with the rhino, but it's really hard to go in and out. Like go in, go out, go in, go out. It's really hard to do that. Dark Elder's tier 2. Now he's got a Canonus. Canonus at 10 minutes. Phase shift activated. It looks like Dark Elder and Sisters are winning. But again, Sisters has like 1,000 float, which is weird. Running over here, I guess to force the teleport. He's gonna attack a building, the teleport Necrons. Here I try to do something. I wanted to kill the Big Mac. I wanted to kill the Big Mac so bad. Neko makes like 20 defilers. 20 defilers is a pretty good build order. Here I destroy a building. Just so I can feel better about myself. I lost like 5 squads and I didn't get any kills. So I destroy this building just to make myself feel better. Here I lose my commander. I'm getting stunned over and over. Here I make a Hell Talon to counter the defilers. But there's like 50 defilers. Now we really need anti-vehicle of some kind. Someone donated to me. I think that's cute. I think he donated blue. Plus 56 at 11 minutes is terrible. My economy is just absolute garbage. I LP2 these ones here, and I didn't LP2 these ones.
Meeting resistance.
So now you got upgraded infantry and like 5 of the best vehicle in the game.
This is the judgment of the righteous.
Me, I just lost 3 squads and a commander. This fight is still going. It's pretty crazy. Now you got Grey Knights. Grey Knights can tear right through Sisters, no problem. Solar Pulse on the melee units. That's kind of weird. I think there's a Liberian Smite right there. Hard tell. But yeah, this is like a 10-minute fight. It's pretty cool. Here I was like, I'm dead. I got no economy. There's like 5 of the best vehicle in the game. Chaos doesn't really have anti-vehicle. So I just was like, okay, I'm dead.
We're here to serve, Master.
And Orks is here too. Orks has vehicles now. So yeah, I was like, I'm totally dead. This guy goes triple psyker, really smart. Triple vehicle stun. This guard player is much better than me. He had an answer for this. I didn't. Maybe if my economy was better, I would have an answer, but oh well. This fight is still going. Again, I think Dark Elder does really well against Necrons, but Sister really struggles against this. Okay, now I'm getting double teamed. And I knew this would happen. Like, I saw Orks, I saw Chaos, I was like, yep, I'm dead. Guard goes in with 3 stuns and laser. The heavy weapon team laser. I think Sentinel would have been better, but whatever. Now he's got grenade guardsmen, which is weird because I thought these were plasma. Here I make a Hell Talon and then just AFK. I'm like, well, I'm dead. And now they're trying to finish me off. Guard anti-vehicle is not that great, so they must have been confident. Orks run away. I think Orks could have killed all of this, to be honest with you, with the big shooters. So I'm not sure why Orks ran away there. Here I try to kill something to make myself feel better. I destroyed this listening post and this listening post. So now everyone has bad economy. Not just me. Everyone has got bad economy. Because screw you. Here Sisters gives up. Sisters really struggle against Necrons. So yeah, honestly, not even a bad idea to give up here. And it looks like Necrons is tier 2.5. I think this is fully upgraded warriors. And Necrons goes anti-air. So now you can't make any air units. These Grey Knights are still alive somehow. They were getting hit by everything. I have no idea how they're alive. Sisters quits. Fair enough. I delete my buildings. I delete all my buildings. I deleted my armory. I deleted my sacrifice pit. I deleted my generators. I didn't know this one. I never finished. I thought it looks finished, but it's not. So, and this cultist survived somehow. I have no idea how this cultist survived. It was 2 squads of shooter boys, a vehicle, and they had the blaster upgrade too. It was upgraded. Everything was upgraded. Big Mac was upgraded. All that. It was like fully maxed out shooter boys, like 5 defilers. And I didn't control the Hell Talon. I just gave up. Now I got LP2s. Finally. This probably does nothing with everybody being upgraded. And I have no clue how my cultists survived. I gave them a grenade launcher because I had the armory. I was like, grenade launcher is better than nothing. But yeah, I deleted every building that wasn't these generators and this machine pit. So I lost my HQ, which means I can't build anything. And I lost my barracks. So this is my 1 squad. And that's it. I can't do anything else. So yeah, this was a really interesting fight. 2 players try to take me out, but the chaos buildings are really tanky. They're extremely tanky for some reason. I'm not even sure why. This building has 5,000 health, which is stupid. But yeah, chaos is pretty hard to take out, and so guard had triple psyker and upgraded heavy weapon team, which is pretty crazy. I had 2 squads and a vehicle, and I was broke. Guard had like 3 squads of guardsmen fully upgraded, heavy weapon teams upgraded, and 3 Chimera. Like, guard has so much more stuff than me. It's not even funny. It's crazy, the economy difference. But yeah, so this is my base right now. It's just this, and that's it. Here I helped guard push forward. I think I'm not sure if Orks actually captured these or not. He capped it, but I don't think he built anything on it. But here I moved my vehicle. I got a what's it called? Hell Talon. The Hell Talon's still alive. But yeah, everyone focused my machine pit, and the laser heavy weapon team killed everything. Oh, and I got my sorcerer too, but my sorcerer is kind of useless without upgrades. The sorcerer is pretty garbage without any sacrifice pit upgrades. And somehow my champion's alive. He's getting shot by a defiler. He's getting shot by the sorcerer. He's getting shot by like demons. And my champion is still alive. And I do decap this. I was like, oh, I guess I'm alive. I guess I should do something. I did not expect this decap to work. I was shocked. And I was like, well, this is my one and only squad. I guess I should keep it alive. So I go ahead and try to keep this guy alive as long as I can. It's one squad when there's like 10 over here. But you know, something. And then you have Dark Elder and Chaos going at it. This many warriors fully upgraded is really hard to deal with. Upgraded warriors do crazy high vehicle damage. And you have destroyers here, which do infantry damage. So you basically have a anti-vehicle, anti-infantry army. And warriors also do really good damage against commanders. So you basically have a anti-everything army. And then you have Grey Knights. I still have no idea how these Grey Knights are alive. They were getting hit by everything. And then demons. And it looks like Guard captured the middle again. Chaos did capture it, but they... And then Necrons captured the relic. Who captured this one? Space Marines. Space Marines capturing this relic. Good job. Really nice defense setup here. But yeah. Really weird match. I can't even like describe what's happening because it's so weird. And it looks like this listening post is upgraded twice, I think. Maybe? No, I guess not. I thought it was the fully upgraded listening post, but it's hard to tell. But yeah, this was a super weird match.
Meeting resistance.
So basically, Orks had a stronger army than me, so I tried to counter it. My counter failed. And then Guard helped me out. Guard like abandoned the middle and helped me out. Dark Elder starts crap talking the host. The host had a... Okay, so here's the difference between me and the host. So the host had 1,000 float and gave up and quit. I had 1,000 float and I just gave it to my partner. I was like, 1,000 float, I just give it to my teammates. I was actually about to quit. Like I have nothing. And then this happened. So Guard was here for a long time, just waiting, I guess. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. And then Orks showed up. Again, this is like the best Orc player in the world. Orks showed up. He's got knobs and he really needs power claws. He's got to get those power claws up and going. Power claws are anti-vehicle, anti-building. Power claws are crazy. So here's another fight. So Guard was just waiting here for some reason. And he just waited for Orks to show up, I guess. Orks attacks me for some reason. I think this is a pretty strong Orc army. So I'm not sure why he's attacking me. He's attacking a guy who's not even like playing. And still my cultist lived. My cultist survived. This vehicle does 100 damage. And my cultist survived. The war trucks go down. Cascans. Now this is a crap ton of damage. Commissar, Cassikins. This is a absolute buttload of damage. This guard player is great.
We have captured a location.
So that was like 2 knob squads and 4 vehicles went down in seconds. Just absolutely melted. And even the Ogrins destroyed the vehicle. So I think he has the Ogrin upgrade. The Ogrin blade upgrade. Because the Ogrin vehicle damage is pretty bad. But once you get him the blade upgrade, it skyrockets. So yeah, I don't know why he attacked me. I guess he wanted to finish our 1v1. I attack his building. I'm over here attacking this listening post. He must have realized I was alive. And I decapped this, which is weird because I was getting shot by the sorcerer. I'm not sure how I'm not dead, to be honest. I was getting shot this whole time. So that was just really weird. This is a match where I can't really explain what's going on. Really nice use of the acid. Acid works wonders against Necrons. The problem is Necrons has a ton of anti-infantry. This whole army is anti-infantry. So good luck dealing. You really need warp beasts. Warp beasts are like your only answer to this. Or the Talos. Actually the Talos would be great here. Demons go in. Necrons actually have really good melee damage. I would actually get the fire ability and burn all this. And these demons go down instantly to the vehicles. The vehicles' damage is crazy. Demons are down. Archon's still alive somehow. He's been alive for 17 minutes. He's got the gun upgrade. I don't think the Archon killed anything, to be honest. And then Chaos quits. Fair enough, I think. I don't know why he didn't decap this. Like, he just let me capture it. That was weird. You could have made a cultist squad and just, you know. And he just let me decap this for some reason. That was kind of odd. And then I start capturing Orks side of the map. And then basically everyone quit. This guard guy did so much damage. And Necrons, no one can deal with this warrior squad. Going full warriors and no one can deal with it. You just need to go full plasma. Just go completely full plasma. This guard player is nuts. He's even got his heavy weapon teams going around. This actually hurts my hands. Controlling the heavy weapon teams, putting them up, putting them down, putting them in the vehicle, taking them out of the vehicle. It's actually like really demanding to do that for your hands. So yeah, oh yeah, and they're still defending me, which is weird because I just have this one building and this one generator. They're still defending me, which is weird. I have actually nothing. So in a strategy game, this makes no sense, but maybe. And honestly, I didn't even do that well. I think I killed maybe 2 squads of Orks, and that was it. I honestly did not do that well, but they're still defending me, which is interesting. Usually, your teammate would take your points. If you're doing terrible, your teammates would take your listening points and just play for you, basically. And guard didn't even take my point. He let me have it. So I decided to take my point back. Orks didn't capture it for some reason. They could have. I have no idea how I'm alive. That's absolutely, it makes no sense. And my cultist survived. My one cultist survived fully upgraded Orks shooters, which makes no sense. And these cultists are not upgraded at all. They don't have the health upgrade. They don't have anything. So this ending makes no sense to me. I think guard is probably tier 4 by now. Yeah, he's tier 4. I think everyone's probably tier 4 by now. Looks like Necrons just hit tier 3. And Space Marines, okay, Space Marines just hit tier 3. Which is interesting. Space Marines just had the Grey Knights and that was it. He's buying, oh, he's buying the very first damage upgrade. So the Space Marines weren't even upgraded. Is the Librarian upgraded? Not really, no. So Space Marines weren't even upgraded. Interesting. You would think you would upgrade the Grey Knights if all you have is Grey Knights. Whatever. This was a really odd game. This was an extremely odd game. Guard did so much work, but Necrons got the highest score. It was an extremely odd game. And I guess that's it for the fight. So I'll show you the end screen. And I just donated everything. See, I guess my rush failed. I did kill 2 squads. I killed 2 Slug Boy squads. So I'm not sure how to feel about it. Alright, so Necron's got the highest economy and score. I think this makes sense. Necrons can get crazy economy without actually doing anything. So you don't need to capture the map. You don't need to fight over the map. You get crazy high economy just by standing there. Guard had the second highest economy. Makes sense because it's Guard. I had the least economy, which makes sense because I had plus 50 the whole game. Plus 50 is like unplayable. Oh, it looks like Orks. Okay, it looks like me and Orks had similar money, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Me and Orks had the same amount of money, but Orks' army is just so much better. I guess because it's cheaper, right? Yeah, I guess it's because Orks are cheaper. But Orks had a way better army than me for the same price. Alright, let's look at kill deaths. That's pretty much all I can talk about when it comes to this part of the screen. Alright. So Necrons had the most kills. He killed all of the sisters, basically. The Grey Knights were helping. He took the middle. Guard and Necrons took the middle of the map. So he killed a lot of cultists, the grenade ones. And Necrons also killed a lot of warriors and witches. So a lot of Dark Eldar, a lot of Sister Battle, a lot of cultists. Guard got 86 kills, but these were all like elite units, like tier 2, tier 3 units. It looks like Guard had the least amount of deaths, which is impressive because Guardsmen drop like flies, but it looks like Guard had the least amount of deaths. And it looks like Necrons had the biggest army total, which is pretty hard. It's really hard to have a big army with Necrons. Space Marine had 42 kills. Honestly, not that great for how big the fights were. 35 deaths, and that was mostly Grey Knights probably. Which is very expensive. Grey Knights are super expensive. So that's a very expensive death. Me, I had 16 kills, which I think were the Sluggo boys at the start of the game. And that was it. 4 buildings destroyed. Not bad, I think. I destroyed, what, 4 or 5 listening posts. Not too bad. That slows down the opponent for like a minute. Because they can just make it again. They can just build the listening point up again. So I think I slowed my opponent down for like a minute. Chaos had 63 kills, which was the most. I think this makes sense because Chaos was super tryharding. Grenade Cultists and 5 Defilers is basically unstoppable. It's extremely difficult to stop. Honestly, the Defilers two-shot the heavy weapon team. So all they needed to do was just look at the heavy weapon team for a second and it would have died. So I think the Defilers going down was completely avoidable. The long range attack of the Defiler does a crap ton of damage to the heavy weapon team. And there's 5 of them. So all Chaos had to do was just look at Gar's direction for a second. And the Defilers would have been fine. So I think the Defilers going down was actually completely avoidable. The host had 41 kills, which is honestly pretty good against Space Marine and Necrons. 41's a lot. When you're fighting a faction that's much stronger than you, much stronger than you, I think 41 kills is pretty good. And then Dark Eldar had 52 kills, which is pretty good. He just ran around the map. I'm not even sure what Dark Eldar did, to be honest. And then Orks actually had the least kills. But he had the most buildings destroyed. He destroyed the most buildings out of anyone. So good job there. And it looks like Orks had the most deaths. Or no. He had 60 deaths. 60 deaths is actually not that bad for Orks. Usually it's like 110. So 60 deaths is actually not too bad. That's funny. Sister of Battle has more kills than Orks. Weird. I think Sister of Battle played really well until they gave like towards the end. Alright, resources. This is the part I want to talk about because this is a thing that makes no sense to me. Alright, so it looks like Guard, yeah. It does look like Guard was the one who traded to me. Gave me some points. And I gave all my points away because I was dead. I gave away 200 blue and I gave 400 power. Maybe that 400 power is what let Necrons had such a big army. Maybe I was feeding Necrons, and maybe that's how. Maybe that's why Necrons had such a big army. I would say this: if you know you're gonna die, just give all your resources away to someone. Doesn't matter who. Just give your resources away. I still don't know how I lived. That was nuts. Okay, and no trading on the other team. 0 trading for the other team. So when Chaos quit, he didn't trade to Dark Eldar. And when Sisters quit, they didn't trade to Dark Eldar. And Orks quit. No one traded to Dark Eldar. Dark Eldar was the last player to go down. They could have traded everything to him. So no trading. That's kind of weird. Let's see here. It looks like I had more power than most people. I had more green than other players, but less blue. That doesn't make a lot of sense. My generator wasn't even done. It just wasn't. It was half done. So it's weird that my green is higher than other people. This end screen makes no sense to me. As someone who plays a lot and has a lot of experience, this makes absolutely no sense to me. And I bet guard has the most upgrades. Yeah, guard has the most upgrades, which doesn't surprise me. But yeah, somehow my champion survived all of that. Somehow my cultist survived all of that. My sorcerer was like hiding, so I think that makes sense. He lived because I hit him. My Hell Talon I was not controlling at all, so I don't know what it was doing. I just did not control it. Yeah. This was a very odd match. I think the lesson here is you should donate when you're down. And I'm still shocked that anyone defended my base. They could have base traded. I think base trading would have been smarter. But this was very odd. Like I said, no one was talking in the chat. We could have chatted, but we didn't. So we just had no idea what was going on. But yeah, I think we could have base traded. Alright, that's my 2 cents on this 4v4. I can't really make heads or tails out of it. Hopefully, maybe you can. Maybe you're better. Let me know what you guys think. This was a very odd 4v4. I was just confused, like, start to finish. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. That's it for this one. And bye.